The Into Light project documents through art the tragic loss of human life to the disease of drug addiction and points to the need to erase the stigma that surrounds those with substance use disorders. Their energy is a force, and that's how Into Light was born. That's the whole point of it, to bring forth all these individuals and say, look, they were people that suffered from a disease, and it is a disease. We hope to define them as people just like all of us, who are made up of light and dark. And no one should be defined by their darkest moment. We've got to get past that. We have to accept the fact that it is a disease and no one wants to live like that. They need the help that society can give them. That's a big part of what we're trying to do. Change language, change attitude, bring forth the beautiful side as well as the dark.
Jillian Marie Angicola.
Raymond A. Bauer.
Morgan John Basic.
Devin Hart Bearden.
Daniel E. Campbell Jr.
Nicholas W. Classic.
Tyler Cordero.
Kimberly Craig.
Jeremy Howard Creasy. Scott Bradley Curtis.
Courtney Marie Dalby.
Christopher Deckman.
Dean DiGilio.
Jonathan M. Emmaheiser.
Sarah Elizabeth Gardner.
Christina Marie Gribben.
Joy Hamer. Andrew Taylor Hightower.
Brianna Bree Caitlin Logue.
Michael McElhenney Jr.
Benjamin Alden Miller.
Eric Daniel Poor.
Nicole Coley Quinn.
Joe Ramos. Marie Elizabeth Rivera.
Joe Roman.
Joey Sardella.
Brandon G. Schukert.
Stephen Skunk Shaner.
Sean Sinisi.
Noah Spangler.
Daniel LaRue Traw.
Hi everyone, I'm Attorney General Josh Shapiro. I want to thank you for this exhibit and for telling the stories of the families whose lives have been torn apart by the opioid epidemic. The stories of the moms and dads and brothers and sisters, friends and neighbors from every corner of our Commonwealth who have lost people close to them and suffered. So many of these people have bravely shared their stories with me. They shared their truths and their sorrows, the human toll of this epidemic. These kinds of stories make up the heart of this moving exhibit. For too long, too many people in positions of power made substance use disorder and addiction a crime. But we all know that we can't arrest our way out of this crisis. And we have to treat addiction like the disease that it is. My office has taken a multidisciplinary approach to addressing the opioid crisis. We're holding the people responsible for the epidemic accountable for the pain and the suffering that they have caused by their greed. We've sued Purdue Pharma, as well as a large group of major pharmaceutical companies, for their role in engineering and profiting off the opioid epidemic, because we know that for many, addiction starts in a doctor's office. Last month, we secured the first major national settlement with McKinsey, a consulting firm that actually helped Purdue Pharmaceutical design the epidemic that will put millions of dollars now toward treatment programs right here in Pennsylvania because of that settlement. Agents in my office have worked in partnership with our federal and state law enforcement officials to take down big-time drug dealers who are pumping poisons onto our streets. Over 4 million deadly doses of heroin and fentanyl have been taken off the streets, and over 700 people have been held accountable for illegally diverting prescription opioids, a 51% increase from 4 years ago. And we've partnered with 5 different counties, with more to come, to start warm handoff programs to help people get into treatment. We're hopeful that what we are doing will help turn the tide on this crisis. For the athlete whose prescription for an injury turned into a dependency. For the mom who's been desperately trying to get her child the help that they need. For the grandparents that now have to raise their grandchildren. This exhibit lets them all tell their stories. It gives them a platform. It explains and memorializes the suffering and heartache that so many of us feel because of this epidemic. And it motivates the hard work that needs to keep going on day in and day out to find our way collectively through this. Thank you for this important work. Stay safe, God bless, and I hope to see you in person soon.